Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Legends and lullabies are songs we sing to the stars in the sky. Kings and queens, treasures untold, whispers of streets that are paved in gold. City of gold, city of gold, city of gold. Lead me down the road, city of gold. Wishes come true whenever I
phase, and Kai'Sa's going to be locked in for the Blue Lions.
Yeah, we see again OG also banning out just really strong junglers in Skarner and Udyr. Udyr probably needs a little tweaking. If we're going to say anything, like I know they nerfed the jungle camp experience recently, but I don't play jungle because I like to fight, and I'm a really awful farmer. Don't tell anybody. But with the change to jungle, a lot of the stuff I've been seeing, a lot of predictions is Skarner and Udyr are going to be S tier. Anyone that can AoE farm against, so like Karthus are going to be really strong. But a lot of people are predicting tanks like Sejuani, like the Mumu, are going to come back in the meta because they are so gold efficient now with how little you can get out of the jungle again.
That's true. I've been waiting for the Mummy to come back into the meta, and this patch seems like the patch that it might happen, but so far on the red side, it looks like Gragas and Tristana are going to be locked in. Two very good picks. Gragas a flex pick, Tristana also a flex pick, so that's something to consider.
I mean, what is it? Gragas can jungle, Gragas can mid, Gragas can support still, I think.
And top lane.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about those bad times. You want to watch someone just get bodied nonstop top lane as they get micro CC and can't auto back as Gragas gets for free heal and free damage? Yeah, we're not playing that game.
We're not going to talk about that one.
I played back when Alistar was played top before they hot fixed his knock up a free auto. I remember what pain is. Ooh, and a Vi I like to see. Vi I think is a very underrated, very slept on pick. Just her build ability to go like mildly tanky with aftershock, or to go like complete backline destruction with her ult with Hail of Blades and her clear speed, and her ability to shred is just, I think, really undervalued right now, and I'm excited to see what Blue Lions can do with her.
That's true. That's a really good point. I haven't really thought about Vi's place in the meta for a long time because she hasn't been picked in competitive, and she's been sort of under the radar, so to speak. So I really am excited to see that lock in, but Yone is coming in on the other side, and that is what we like to call a broken champion, so that's coming in.
Hey man, there's no Victor, so, or not, sorry, whatever, Virgo, whatever his name is.
Viego, that's true.
Skinny soy boy is all I can think of.
The ruined king himself.
Yeah, Yone, I mean, it's like, I know he's been picked in pro a lot, but he's just, I mean, I think he's good, I think he's fine. I think there are better picks, but if you're kind of picking into Victor, Yone's fine. You get a little bit of free hits here and there, and you just become an annoying. I don't know. I don't like his playstyle. It's not me. It's very hands-off, very poke when I'm invulnerable kind of thing, and I don't got a lot to say about it. But you play mid. Maybe you know a little more about the matchup than I do.
So the matchup for mid, Victor definitely has the range on Yone, but the thing about Yone that makes him so broken is he's able to just extend without much consequence and go all in and be able to snap back to his shadow or phase or whatever you want to call it.
His Zed shadow, of course. No original ideas.
Yep, it's as if Yasuo and Zed, two very toxic champions, had a baby, and its name is Yone.
Beautiful, everything I love this. And even with the bans, we saw Morgana and Gangplank taken away, and then more kind of tanky bruises in the Mordekaiser Leon. Mordekaiser, great top lane to pick in most cases, and even now with the Malphite pickup, Mordekaiser is actually a great pick in the Malphite, so I'm guessing that's going to be top and taking away the Mordekaiser. Well, actually, no, that means they banned it from themselves, so I guess
the Silas pick. Wait a minute.
I'm very excited. Very happy.
Very excited too.
I have to admit, as much as I am a kind of brawly, kind of play with fair, easy champion, something about Silas and the gigantic healing you get from Kingslayer is just, ooh, it just scratches an itch.
Or it itches a scratch, depending on your definition.
And I played with Tank Rengar and Tank Echo, so when Tank Silas became meta top lane, I was about it.
Me too.
I'm a bad person. I'm a degenerate. It just happens.
Hey, listen, Silas, new champion, comes out, you play it, you're not a bad person in my book. But
Urban Games TV, thank you so much for the follow here. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, that's my friend Jacob.
Oh,
thanks,
what a nice
Jacob.
guy.
I appreciate it. Now, what's really interesting about this draft is the Blue Lions elected to take all of their team fight engage, their wombo combo in the later stages of the draft. So they picked the Kai'Sa, the Vi, and the Victor, which are good in their own right, but then they locked in the Malphite and the Galio, and that's going to have a lot of team synergy, and they're going to be looking for that 5v5 to counter the Yasuo, the Tristana, try to pick them off.
Vhetta1, thank you for the follow here at LHG. I imagine I can guess which team you're cheering for, but big shout outs to both teams so far. Yeah, and to speak on that, this is as I like to put it, a very press go, easy to execute champion selection out of the side of Blue Lion. Vi ult, you can't get away. Tristana can't get away. Gragas can't knock you away. Yone can't run. Vi ults immediately followed by the Galio ult means as soon as those two land, something is dead or CC'd to where you don't get to play your character. And then you have the Victor follow-up, the Malphite follow-up. Everything about Blue Lion's comp is go in, you die. It's beautiful.
Exactly.
I love it.
That's very true. I feel like the Victor was a really good pick here because he has that range. He's able to get those, final killing blows, whereas Galio and Malphite are really good at setting up those scenarios for somebody to be able to deal the killing blow. But Victor is a good drafter. I think Kai'Sa is too because she's able to teleport to a location and execute enemy champions. I feel like they have a good draft here.
Yeah, I was about to say, Kai'Sa, as again, a very strong laner in her own right. Every single person on the side of the lines has hard CC that gives Kai'Sa a lot of room to breathe her ult around. And Gragas has a good amount of disruption. Tristana has good disruption. Alistar has really good disruption, but you can't stop Vi. It's unstoppable. That's the point. So it's really going to be up to Blue Lions to wait till they get a lot of these level 6, point click you die ultimates online. So I expect the early game to be a little safe, a little hesitant to fight. I don't know, does Galio Kai'Sa win the level 1-2 versus Alistar Tristana, or they just kind of get blown out of the water?
Well, I mean, personally, I think that Tristana and Alistar win that lane. I feel like Tristana is a very underrated champion early game. I feel like she has so much burst potential. But when I really think about it, the drafts side by side, I feel like Yone and Sylas especially really struggle early game. So when it comes to the scaling, we're going to look to Blue Lions to be able to scale. And I feel like they're going to be able to do that because the lane matchups, at least early game, aren't going to be that good for the side of OG Vhetta, but we're going to have to see.
Yeah, totally. And interesting enough to see the Gragas in the jungles. I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure on this Gragas to make a lot of these early game plays to keep his laners safe and kind of help them scale a bit, or to more retroactively put Blue Lions behind and in the ground and get this Sylas a little bit ahead, or get this Yone a little bit ahead, or even help this Tristana get online faster than the Kai'Sa, so that way Blue Lions doesn't have time to scale up.
That's true. When it comes to champions like Tristana, Yone, and Sylas, I mean, when you give them an inch, they take a mile. Those are the kind of champions they are. They snowball really hard. So we're going to have to see if they're able to get any leads, sustain them, and carry that into the mid to late game.
And again, I'm most excited to see what runes Vi brings. If it'll be the Hail of Blade, it'll be Kill You runes, it'll be the Aftershock. We're going to be tussling for a long time, so I need to be alive runes. And on top of that, in the top, And on top of that, in the top lane,
Kill You runes.
I love Kill You runes. It's just much more exciting. In the top lane, Sylas Malphite, Sylas should be able to style all over Malphite the entirety of the lane. And at this point, Sylas is just better than Malphite. He can just take his ult and do his job better with his own ult, which is, again, the best way to counter Malphite in this scenario. But there's a nice little trough between level 3 and 6, where Malphite can actually bully Sylas away with the Qs properly and doesn't let Sylas get any big trades on him. And I'll be excited to see kind of how the top lane plays out. It's going to be very boring for everyone else who watches, but as a top lane, it's like, oh yeah, give me the noodle fights. Let's go. I love me some noodles. But I imagine bot lane's going to be where all the action is, with Galio, Alistar, and then Gragas Vi for all this ganking nonsense. I think bot lane's going to be... Bot lane and the Thirsty Dragon are going to be all the rage.
Definitely, that's a really good point. I feel like we're going to see most of the action in the bot lane, at least in the early game for this game. But I would like to alert everybody that we are about to go into a sync break, but we will see you
Right after that, we see a pretty much like kind of picture perfect 5-man spread. Everyone watching their entrances, no one's being sneaky. The standard drop the ward and go get your sweeper. Start for both junglers.
Is absolutely picture perfect. Gragas recalling, getting that Oracle lens coming to his blue buff, obviously. But for the most part, yeah, 5-point set up on either side, looking for the other team. Not sure what's going to go down. Both teams playing very defensively.
Honestly, even like the level 1, I am not sure who I would favor in this. I feel like OGV would have the advantage just because Malphite doesn't do anything. But yeah, both teams, I guess, correctly seeing like there's no point trying to tussle. Both teams are really good at it, so let's not go nuts.
Sure.
It's like a blue start for both junglers, so Vi's going to be able to finish off and gank this bot lane really early on.
That's true. Vi will likely be looking to make her wave down bot side. She's probably going to be looking for at least a healthy clear, clearing her red buff as well. But, that's what Vi does well. She ganks. Again, underrated jungler in this patch.
100%. Easy ganks, great damage, great pressure, great AoE clear. She does it all.
She really does.
In this kind of thread on here, I'm surprised. I imagine, at least in comp, I haven't seen any pings, but Malphite did get to lane a little later than he should have, so it should be relatively obvious they know where Vi started.
Yeah, that should be obvious to red side that Vi started on her blue buff and is working her way down. Ooh. So that's some information for the red side.
Good flash.
Oof.
Very smart. As soon as level 2, I'll start all in, and Galio correctly predicting to get out of the way.
Again, bot lane. Yeah, the abuse, absolutely. One of the worst mistakes you can make as bot lane is trying to push for level 2 but not making it there fast enough and then having to recoil. That's exactly what happened.
Chat calling out the top gap already, and that's just the worst part of poor Malphite. He has to be very, very careful. Silence level 3 now. Ooh, looking to get spicy with it. And I just don't understand. Like, obviously Yone is silly like this, but I always struggle, especially when Victor top was meta. Like, when he does get that free kind of, like, auto Q, auto, and shield, how do you kind of trade back into that and make that a good trade for you as the opponent?
Exactly. That's why the champ is broken.
Yeah, like when he was Frozen Gauntlet, Victor just slows you forever and whittles you down to death. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens here.
It could be. Very
early
well
armor.
Oh, but Yone looks like he's winning a lot of these trades, but he is going to take a turret shot. He's going to send it back to his E, but he's still going to win that trade even after taking a turret shot.
Something fun interactive.
something Yone balanced champion.
Just like that, silence. Ooh, and a good engage on the bot side. It's Gina getting a good double taunt there. Malphite not doing too bad, not too bad in farm. Ooh. This is brave.
Wait. Oh,
ooh.
Okay.
I'm getting excited. Already burned through all of his potions. Silas now just starting to pop his biscuit. Again, as long as Malphite kind of weathers the storm, doesn't lose too much farm, which is always the Malphite conundrum, he should be in a good position here.
So normally Silas is the one to suffer early game, but they saw the Malphite pick, they responded with the Silas. That was a smart pick, because Malphite also struggles early game really hard.
I feel Rainbow Ropes just thinking about it, like, can I kill him yet? This Vi's on the bot side. They're making it. Ooh, they don't even have flash too. It should be a dead Warwick. Ooh.
We'll see. Good flash by Alistar. He's able to stay alive.
Oh, I'm done. He did his normal combo. He didn't burn flash earlier. Galio burned flash earlier. Now just like that, the flash count is even. And ooh, Victor did a lot of damage here. Ooh. I think if he had committed to make one more auto, even flash after that going in, he could have definitely taken that.
That was so close. Now Gragas is looking for the gank. Let's see if he can find the combo. Is Rainbow going to beat Greedy? He's going to look for that ward in the side bush. He's going to pretend like no one's there.
First Dragon going over to the side of... there it is, the flash W! Oh my god.
Wait. Oh! I thought he handed it over to Yone for a split second, but the Gragas DPS is able to take it in the end.
I was almost like, oh man, Gragas just let him walk away like that. I thought it was Giga Brain from Rainbow Rolls to dodge that direction. Oh, with that Vine misses the smite. He's gonna die here. He's not that tanky. Oh, no, never mind.
Barely able to get out. It looks like Gragas is bullying the Vi out of the jungle. This is not what we expected from Vi, but...
Gragas, unfortunately, just to level up. See the cast go down. We're waiting for the bump. The bump just gets him enough. Victor's not going to be able to live through this. He only does go back. Maybe if he ults, he could get the move speed with the proc up phase rush, but he's just going to go down to Rainbow Wolf, not wanting to burn anything else with his flash already being down. And that is the worst feeling when you teleport to lane just then and you already get ganked again. That is absolutely awful.
Nothing sucks worse than that. Absolutely nothing, especially in the early game. That 100%. Is the worst.
Now again, like we were talking about earlier, this Gragas is trying to make moves across the map, trying to get his team ahead to kind of prevent the scaling of Blue Lions. And so far, so good. 2 kills on Gragas, not the best, but Yone now has a significant farm lead. Should be able to get a plate off of this if he commits to it. But it looks like he won't. And again, just more kudos to Malphite for only being down 10 CS, still has teleport, and now he's made it to level 6 where he's actually kind of a nuisance.
That's true. Not enough props go to champions that play weak topside.
Full combo into Tristana. A Galleon, everyone just kind of relaxes. Uh-oh. Malphite in trouble here. The other part of the stun land.
Maybe.
Going for the ult. Oh, it's tense.
So Silas stole the ultimate there. He was looking to all-in Malphite, but Malphite does have the AP advantage. Oh!
And just like that, using the Unstoppable to get away is really what we expected out of this kind of matchup here. At this point, Malphite's going to definitely have to back, burn his teleport, but he should be able to finish the Null Mantle into something a little more substantial and be able to hold on a little better in the lane. Oh. Bold.
Bold indeed.
At this point, I'm just looking at Vi's about halfway to level 5. They did get the first dragon, which is something you should always be very wary of into a Vi, because she can solo dragon so fast. And she should be able to get level 6 off of this Gromp camp here, even with the nerfs, and she'd be able to start messing somebody up.
Oh yeah. Especially when Vi hits level 6, that gank potential just exponentially increases.
And I bet it's going to be bot lane. The waves are even. She's going to be able to sneak into the bot lane. There are no wards there. They were able to spot Gragas going towards the Herald. And honestly, I think she can just lock down this Tristana no problem.
That's true. Now, it is noted that Tristana Alistar is a definite hard...
But there's the jump. Tristana on the side.
They're going in.
Ultimately, the Vi, they're going to knock into the Alistar. It should be an easy pickup here. And with that, Vi's probably going to ult Tristana there. There's a flash forward, the kill going over to Kaisa. Yeah, they're trying to flash forward with the thing, and the cleanse goes down, but Vi picking up the easy vault breaker into the kill.
Blue Lions coming out.
Ooh. A little bit of a whiff. With a double stun, and with the ult going down, you're going to force Gragas away. I think she better walk in this one pretty cleanly.
Oof, so the weakness of Yone kind of exposed there when you E-dash forward and try to go all in.
This Q in, and the flash Q.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Easy pickup. That's the dream. That's
His E was almost definitely down. He couldn't escape that situation. And he kind of whiffed it on the all-in there.
Yeah, unfortunate a little bit of... Again, that's always the worst case scenario with Gragas, when you're trying to ult to be a hero and be a friend, and you soil it. Ooh! This is the sniper by like 20 health. But easy out. And with Ginga that escort, this should be a easy escape.
So Gragas is able to secure that blue buff. Now that's huge for the red side, only because the gold is so even. Vi's able to escape over the wall, but Gragas is able to secure that blue buff. And he's looking bot side. The gold is very even right now.
Fortunately, Vi hasn't been able to back to spend all that money she got killing everybody. From the Herald's going to be popping the ball and try to get them a little more plates, I would imagine. Interesting to call this right before Dragon. Usually, we see teams kind of hold on to the Herald, and generally you want to drop it right when Dragon comes up, and you can kind of drop it mid lane and force an unfavorable trade for the other team. But I guess just putting that gold into Tristana's pocket is what they thought would be best.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Tristana's pockets. Hey, there's a
Now we
worse
see
place to put
Yone
your
on the
gold,
sneaky
right?
side here. But I
He's
still
sneaky?
kind of favor the side of Blue Lions for this engage. You can't stop Vi. Galio does have heroic entrance. But Yone on the sneak side, but getting picked off, and it's going to immediately turn on him. He has nothing left. The defense is going to flash over the wall. I'll start going in. The teleport coming in from Silas and Malphite. Oh, and there will be the ult from Malphite to kill him. And now with Odyssey so spread out, Kessler's going to ult over the wall. Things are getting chased down as Silas kind of running through people like crazy here. But just like that, they push off the Gragas and the Tristana from the Dragon. They would pick Dragon number 2 with 2 kills under their belt.
Okay, so blue side able to pick up the second dragon. They were able to win that fight. That did not look favorable for them at all. I saw red side collapsing on them, and I really thought that they were doomed, but they were able to wiggle their way out of that. They were able to kill some enemy champions, and they were able to take that dragon. So that's good looking for the blue side.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yone, to be perfectly honest, thinking a little more fed than he was, trying to get that solo sneak around under the Vi Galio, but Galio has a lot of CC, as does Vi.
Very true.
As does Vi does a lot of damage with the Serrated Dirk and you have no armor. Like, she's basically doing 2 damage at that point, and with the full Hail of Blades proc, onto him, even Burning Flash, as soon as Mount finished teleport, knew exactly where he was and just took over the wall and took his life.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is worth noting. Vi on her first back just bought a Serrated Dirk for pure lethality, and then backed again and fully bought the Eclipse.
Ooh.
She's gonna be a scary Vi.
And even with Gragas finishing his mythic item now being the Turbo Chem tank, which I dig it, I like it, I'm all about going fast, but no one else on the team has armor. No one else on the team has armor, so Vi is doing true damage for a lot longer in this game.
Oh yeah. That's a scary Vi.
Even at this point, poor Rainbow's gotten picked on a lot. He's down. Ooh, Flash 4 from the Galio. Trying to look for a lock, but his Vi's on the bot side again. Unfortunately, not able to make anything connect for real. And Malphite roams to the bottom to pick on Gragas a little bit. Did cost bot lane their flash, but it's Hex Flash now, which is going to be very difficult, or very scary to see a Galio Hex flashing at you. At this point, I think I would like to see Omega focus a little more on mid lane, either trying to get those last of those plates before they fall off in this minute, and try to get a kill for the Yone. Or even at this point, I mean, Silas can take Malphite's ult again, and they can look to maybe dive in this. I mean, he still has no mythic completed. Silas does a lot of damage, and at this point, he's going to keep getting poked down. I like to see him use this advantage they built for themselves.
Right, so that's related to the comment that I was about to make. Vi is really looking hard for this bot side, which again, we predicted into the Champ select, and she's still looking for it, but I would suggest that she should be looking top side, whereas Silas is continually pushing this Malphite in. Malphite has a lot of CC to be able to lock this Silas down, and so does Vi. But they're still just looking to this bot side. Maybe it's because they predict Gragas to be here, but again, they're really just looking for this turret. They're looking for those plates.
Perfect. Last 10 seconds, try to get as much as you can. Again, Vi signal this ward for the better part of a minute now. Not the best use for time, but with that, Yone's going to actually go and sneak the blue buff, since they know exactly where Vi is, and that's going to be a real annoying. Take all the topside jungle, actually. It's Toddy getting revenge for all those ganks he just took.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Yone is electing to not push the farm into the turret, make the enemy team think that he's roaming, and instead just farm the enemy jungle camps. It's a pretty decent strategy. He seems to be up a level. He's getting all that farm in. He's feeling good.
I mean, at this point, I agree with you. I would like to see him push the wave a little harder because he is so far ahead of the Victor farm-wise. But taking the jungle from Vi, he's kind of hamstringing the quote-unquote strongest player on the enemy team right now, so I don't hate it. I don't hate the idea. He knows his top lane's push. He knows where the mid lane is back, so he's relatively safe to do this because Vi's been on the ward so long. So it's free real estate. It's free money.
It's free real estate. Okay.
Loki, I love it. That's why I love playing like Diana or whatever top or AoE top laners, because I can just sneak in the enemy top lane, their enemy jungle, take all their jungle real quick, and then walk out and they get really mad at me.
Hey, if you play big beefy boys, it makes it even easier. What can I say?
And there it is. Silas now coming back to lane with his Leander's Anguish, who's going to let him kind of burn through this poor Malphite, who still hasn't quite finished the Sunfires. We already knew he'd be struggling to survive in lane, so pour one out for poor Malphite, who's doing the Lord's work as the.
I mean, I would pour one out,
boy.
but he does have a kill to his name, so he is going to be able to buy an item, probably a mythic item, pretty soon here.
That, wow,
20 CS behind.
with the Tristana back, not quite, and Yone not quite able to finish their mythic items, as Kai'Sa's coming back with that kill and that farm with the Kraken Slayer. So any bot lane engage is going to be devastating if they're not already on the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, so looks like Vi is hovering bot side, so they are going to be looking for some kind of play.
Malphite is walking middle, doesn't care. Get the free comic proc. Yone can't do jack against the rock. Just sit there and
Rock
take.
solid, baby. Rock solid.
And Blue again just going for this dragon with no conscience. They have the mythic items. They have all 5 members here. At this point, I'd like to see OGV just go straight for the Herald and take it so they can maybe break open this top or break open this mid lane. Mid lane, they need to get out of the laning phase. Because there's kind of need to accelerate the game, get out of the laning phase, and try to force some unfavorable fights to spread out Blue Lions to catch back up here. They're just going to fall further and further behind.
Right, so the red side are trying to handshake this and take the Rift Herald, but they seem to just be a step behind of blue side for the past few minutes at least.
I mean, at this point, what would you like to see red side do to kind of get more control back in this game?
Okay, I mean, honestly, I would like to see some kills going on to Tristana or Yone, so whatever it takes to make that happen. Whether it's picking off Malphite in the top lane, whether it's even picking off, especially picking off Kai'Sa in the bot lane, being able to provide that shutdown gold to either Tristana or Yone. But those are the 2 hyper carries that are going to need to be able to carry this game.
It's getting worse and worse from the top lane. We see a teleport from Victor to come kind of back him up. They see the wards, they see them play here. And like you said, looks like they're going to go dive for this Malphite. It's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, but Red's team does not pull the trigger on the dive with Victor there as well. They're too afraid they can't, I guess, pop him soon enough with all the CC he can provide.
Right, the blue lions conceded the turret. They realized it was gone once they dropped the Rift Herald, and they decided to back off. I think that was for the best, because if they decided to...
Oh, stepping forward. He gets the knockup. He gets the double taunt, and Warwick just absolutely shredded even through his ultimate. Kai'Sa does so much damage. Forward.
Wait a minute.
The full stack on Alistar. Let's see. Oh, and the ult has been spent on the top lane. Sally's getting dangerously low. If I can do the unstoppable vault breaker, and that'll be a death. Both bots. Oh my god, the double taunt again for with the flash, exhaust, and cleansing. That's gonna go down. The Warwick is gonna go down as well. Just trying to get a kill in return, but Gallia does a lot of base damage. You gotta clear your tower quick before they die to you a 3rd time. Ooh, a lot of action all over the place.
So much action happening all across the map. In the bot lane, that Tristana was trying so hard to make anything happen, but she wasn't quite able to.
Oh, the ward misses! Oh no!
Oh! Speaking of trying so hard.
Chat, play Destiny.
And getting so far, but it didn't matter.
Oh yeah, and that honestly was just straight up the kill difference with her able to have a Kraken Slayer for Tristana's not finished item. Definitely could have been a little bit of retaliation there.
I think so too.
A little late on his roam too, not able to pick up the kills. Oh, that was a lot of action.
A lot of action for sure, but I am really looking forward to the red side being able to come through in this late game. They are in the gold lead. I mean, the kill difference is obviously peeking towards the blue lions. They have the dragon lead as well, and now that it's a mountain dragon, I feel like it actually is going to be it is going to matter going into the late game. But you have so many hyper carries on the red side. I feel like as longer this game goes on, especially if they're able to maintain this gold equivalency, if not lead, I really see them becoming out of hand. I really see the Tristana and Yone being able to pop off coming into the late game.
Yeah, honestly, with this next dragon, their blue lions are going to do force a fight, and they can either try to take the fight and win it and get to this 4th Drake to really put the coals to blue lions. But blue lions can honestly look to give up this Drake and maybe get top lane broken open or get mid lane broken open and just try to move around the map. See Gragas on the side. The Predator's been proc. Kai'Sa out of position here. And great save, and that'll be a great sacrifice from Intel.
Saved the Kai'Sa.
He's coming back in. What is she doing? In the flash forward, she's going to get CC to death if she's dead by on the backline, but not fast enough. This is going to be 2 shutdowns to where they do not want it. Oh no.
So that was kind of what I was talking about.
I was. That's not the worst thing that could have happened because the shutdowns go to Gragas and Alistar respectively, and both those kills could easily have gone to Tristana's pocket. But yeah, like you said, and just like that, the gold lead going up 3K, and it'll be an uncontested Drake as they look to dive the mid lane now.
Victor redoubtable champion for sure, and it's 4 mid. He's dead. Yep, no chance.
Feels bad, man. And just great roaming, great presence of mind to know that OGV could have the man advantage and then take the bot lane tower, and it should be Dragon, relatively uncontested, even with the spawns coming back up. There's no teleport. I think Blue Lion is going to kind of slow the roll here and probably give up this Drake.
Maybe, but if you're red side, you really want them.
I cannot believe Gragas made that jump.
He got out by the skin of his teeth. He was a little deep to be warding my dude.
Now they know they have some flashes. Oh, and Malphite's gonna go straight in with the hero entrance. Exactly what I thought about. Just not having to play the game. But there's no Kai'Sa, no damage to follow up. She doesn't have ult yet. Tristana's gonna get free damage, and Kai'Sa's gonna go down to the Gragas and the Silas, so they just ruined through the back line. Just an absolutely terrible front to back fight from Blue Lions. Their damage dealer is nowhere near the dive. Tristana able to rain depth from above.
That's really too bad because that Malphite R was absolutely perfect. If Blue side were in better position, they absolutely could have executed on that team fight, but they weren't able to. And instead, the red side is able to pick up their first dragon, preventing Blue side from getting that Mountain Soul. Feels bad. Just
like that, red team took that 1K gold lead, turned it into a kill, dragon, bot tower, 2 shutdowns, and now it's a 6K gold lead. And Gragas is sitting pretty with all those kills. Jesus.
That tank Gragas is feeling pretty good about himself. He can drink some beers on the side. He can drink from his cask. He is just vibing. Look at him. He's 504. He's just checking the Baron. He doesn't care. He didn't care. He can do whatever he wants.
And like farm-wise, Yone is just farming up a storm. This man said, I don't need kills. Give him the Gragas. I'll take the minions' life. 217 to 126. Almost 100 CS up on his lane.
Yeah, that's a CS cap. That's a pretty big CS cap.
With that, he's got he's got the Infinity Edge Immortal Shield Bow, and as is tradition, I mean, he's online. That's 80% crit because that's how you do it when you play Yone.
Yeah, Yone is officially online. That is really his biggest power spike when he hits that Infinity Edge and the Immortal Shield Bow. He gets close to 100% crit.
Here. They see him coming. They're looking to make a collapse here. Yone's on the side though. Gintal gonna get stunned up. He's also gonna go on Yone, and he's gonna get the knock, but he's gonna get knocked away even with all the damage. The Malphite ult just not gonna connect, but the Airborne will be able to shut down Tristana and know where to go. As Warwick is fighting for his life, the knock-up, will it be enough? Will the ult be enough? And the Kai'Sa will all forward. She is not done. She's non-stop pressing her advantage. Toddy is low, but the CC chain might be enough to slow her down. Oh, the Immortal Shield Bow coming in, but Malphite's gonna get the Q and the stun. This should be enough to stop Toddy, but without the killing reduction, Malphite's gonna walk forward. Vi doing her best, one more EQ. Oh no, it has gone a little bit too far.
Oh, Yone just outplayed that so hard.
I think they thought he was dead, kind of left him to his own devices, but the Immortal Shield Bow healing coming in clutch there.
Yone played that so well. Just as I was about to talk up the Kai'Sa and how well she played that and how she was maybe able to claw Blue side back into this game, the Yone is just able to take his like 1% HP and just absolutely smurf on the other side.
Unfortunately, one more auto would have triggered the Vi passive. One more anything would have done it. And just not enough. Even with Kai'Sa ulting forward, just not enough target acquisition from the side of Blue Lion. Getting a little scared here. They want these shutdowns really bad, but they just can't quite connect it.
No, not quite. And it was close. They just couldn't quite finish the Yone. And again, if you don't quite finish the Yone, he's going to be able to pop off, which is what he
will
did.
Finish you. As is tradition. Now, even a level gap now. Level 15 to the next highest level being 13 on the side of Blue Lion.
Oof. That definitely feels bad if you're Victor.
And like you said earlier, I was really expecting the Blue Lions comp to kind of sit there, overlay their CC like we saw in that top lane earlier on the Tristana, and take this game. OGV really putting up a fight and really kind of hitting that point where they're starting to scale now, and it's starting to get scary for Blue Lions near a do or die situation.
Okay, look, yes, it's looking bad for the Blue Lions. Absolutely. But we did talk about the Blue Lions synergy to be able to execute a team fight. So what would you like to see from the Kai'Sa and the Vi to maybe come back into this game?
I mean, at this point, we saw Malphite, Vi, and with Kai'Sa in the backline have enough damage to kill Tristana right off the bat. I would like to. They know Yone's flash is down. They saw him use it earlier. I think maybe to get that shutdown and to just pressure him if he overextends like he's kind of been doing, we could see Malphite show up and ult him, followed by the Galio and the Kai'Sa, and I think that would be enough CC and damage to put him in the dirt and get that money on Kai'Sa. Or again, same thing, but with Vi instead of Kai'Sa. I think those three could go collapse on her right now on Yone while he's alone, as he's just going to dive the tower and take Rainbow Rolls' life.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. Oh,
that ult is not enough.
the last one.
But it was close.
It was
they know he's low. They have the angle. The face check looks to be why not with the Kai'Sa coming in is exactly what I wanted to see. Yes! The hubris.
And that's exactly what you said, Wayne. Look to catch that Yone out.
Great interrupt.
Wait a minute.
Oh, he's so mad. Silas is so mad. Just like that, even though Kai'Sa's ult is down and Vi's ult is down, Malphite can teleport. Without his ult, he's not that useful, but this should be a pretty good, easy Drake take for the side of... Oh my god, it's not! The 50-50! Wow.
Oh, no.
But they keep this fight up. They should be able to take down... Victor's not quite enough able to keep up with Dragon.
That feels so bad for the Blue Lions. That was your win condition. That was the Dragon Soul. You had it. And you just missed the smite. It happens.
It happens to the best of us.
It really does. It happens to the best of us. But now you get red.
Malphite.
Oh, no.
Landy's has done a lot of work. Good lord. Now
they had a window to get back into this game. It was looking good, but now it's not looking so good anymore. And Red Side's going to go on the Baron now, too.
Without Malphite there, Vi's ult not quite up. There's not a lot of CC there. Blue Lions might have to give up this Baron. Also is going to deny the 50-50, throwing away his life for the team. Unfortunate.
A noble sacrifice, indeed.
I'm still thinking about it. He's going to ult onto the Yone.
Oh.
But he just does so much damage. His stun is not even touched, and Yone is not going to go down. Oh, there we go. It's a great Victor stun. Oh my god, that's so bothersome.
Stopwatch! Oh my god.
And Tristana untouched in the backline, going crazy. Even with the shutdown onto the Yone, Dragon still has all of his life and all of his money left. Malphite just really trying to avenge his friends, and there's the shutdown for the Rock.
He is able to avenge his friends for the most part, leaving the Tristana alive. But what a bloody team fight. That was crazy, especially when I saw both the stopwatches go off. Oh my goodness. Both teams are really pushing it to the limit.
And cowbell? War giving us the cowbell. My man, Malphite getting that sweet, sweet money. Honestly, again, great play by OGV with the Baron, and then getting a little cocky on the entrance there, on the exit there, thinking they'd be survived. Tristana, again, able to survive for a long time in that fight, just wailing on the Vi and the Galio, uncontested. But Yone, again, lived with the sliver of health, still doing so much damage until Kai'Sa came in and picked him up. Absolutely great play, though, from Blue Lions to stop getting the Baron off of 4 out of 4 of the 5 members, getting the shutdown onto members that can use it. His name of being Kai'Sa, and then Malphite. Malphite likes gold. It's not a bad thing for it to be on Malphite over Alistar or Galio. So a little bit of breathing room for Blue Lions, but definitely still, with a lot of these level 16s online for OGV, they're in the driver's seat. They have scaled up. They are in a little bit of trouble.
That's true. That's exactly what I was about to say. So it was a good call for Vi to go in for the fight, especially because it was 4 for 4, and all you leave the Baron buff on is Tristana. So if you shut her down, there's no Baron buff on the red side. So blue team, let's see what they do to defend.
And at this point, what I'd like to see is, I don't know if Malphite's the best one to be matching the split pushers, because even though he can do it well, I'd like to see Victor matching the split push of Silas or Yone. I think he can do it faster. He has teleport, and he needs that gold, and he needs that money more than Malphite. So I'd like to see him collecting these lanes, I can see Malphite with the team because that's part of their execute the backline condition. And I want to see him in more of these fights.
That's true, especially without teleport. You would like to see Malphite trying to synergize with the team a bit more, but Victor, even though he does have teleport, I do have to say he is a bit weak compared to the other sideliners potentially from the red side.
True, but at this point, like he has the Sheen proc. Wait.
Yeah, Sheen. That's true.
Oh, I can't. It's been so long since I've like read what Victor does. I forgot that they gave him his Hex Tech whatever back into just his passive. I was like, yeah, buy his Hex Tech ultimatum.
Where's this item?
I was like,
where's this invention? Wait a minute.
Played.
That's so funny. Yeah, I forgot about that too about a week ago.
Okay, yeah, he has everything up. He can push waves forever. Now we see OGV trying to get a pick, and they need this Mountain Drake shield. They need this Mountain Drake armor and magic resist to survive a little harder. Galio's gonna go in and get a little bit of a pick, but Alistar can stop one engage. That he can do that very well. Really want blue side to get this. I hope it doesn't cost them too much. They have top side at a good spot. Bot lane pushing them. They called Yone to go stop it. I don't know if he'll have time. But he has 15 seconds. At this point, just clearing out vision, and looking for picks, which is what blue lines can do so much better than the side of OGV.
True, they are clearing vision pretty well. They do have a good kind of advantageous position over the wall onto this dragon pit, but they're going to have to execute here.
Malphite Galio. Let's go. Just line it up, guys. Just execute.
Get in there.
Execute. You got it.
Get in there,
you know what to do.
Fight them.
Oh, they're coming around. They're walking through the vision, but they know it's there. But Kaisa looking juicy. Both teams so afraid to start this and commit to a fight. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's going to be huge. Running on the side again. This did not work out well for him. Ginji's kind of caught in the middle here. Nowhere to go. Oh, the flash that's going to save his life. Victor's going to get a nice double stun. No one's pulling the trigger. Just kind of barreling down this dragon. Looks like red side's going to take it. Caps goes down. That's a lot of disruption. Vi's coming in for the steal. There's the hero, and the Malphite takes it. Oh, there's the last CC. Vi Oh my god, so much damage. Yone on the backside dealing with Kaisa, but Kaisa kills Yone with the collector. As Silas goes golden, not able to connect the chain, and Kaisa gets a double kill. Now Malphite cannot be stopped. The Rock will not take any more of your crap with all of his armor. With the soul on the side of Blue Lion.
What is happening this game? The blue side is able to come back. They're able to secure the dragon. The mountain soul, Malphite R, is able to secure the dragon. Oh my god. Just when I wrote them off and I said red side is just going to scale into infinity, blue side is able to pull up the mountain soul. They're able to pull up the team fight, and now they're looking for that inhibitor.
Oh my god, never. Why even worry about the smite when you can just not fight off the dragon? Oh my god.
just press R, forehead.
Not only did he get the dragon, he CC'd Tristana, Alistar, and Gragas, so they couldn't respond. Vi also not killed. Immediately able to ult after that and do a ton of AoE damage and shred. Surviving with the shield of the Eclipse and Sterak's Gauge. And unfortunately, again, Yone getting a little big for his britches, trying to solo down Kaisa, but Kaisa's pretty strong with 3 items, and a collector, and shield, and heal. She's going to kill you if you don't kill her first and don't hit the ult.
Yep. Exactly. 4 items now, by the way. Kaisa. Also a hyperscale. We were talking about hyperscaling on the red side, but it's important to acknowledge hyperscaling on the blue side, and the primary benefactor of which is Kaisa. She's a very strong scaler. She's got 4 items now. 4.5 actually. She picked up that Zeal. She's approaching full build, and she's ready for this next team fight.
Right now, I know they're trying to tussle over the Baron. Blue Line does not have to aggress this hard. I'd really like to see Victor again. He's level 16. He can push lanes like crazy. Go to the bot lane or go to the top lane and just try to buy some time and put some pressure on OGV to either sacrifice the Baron to defend the lane, or, again, the longer they stall, the worse it gets for OGV because that mid lane has those Barons pushing down the middle. And they're just doing the Baron dance. And Silas has teleport now. He can join this fight relatively quickly.
That's true. So Silas is in the bot lane pushing, trying to apply pressure.
God,
but meanwhile, it's just getting absolutely shredded. The Baron is getting absolutely shredded by the blue side. Red side needs to respond.
Whoa.
They can't do it.
They conquer Kaisa and Dragon's on the wrong side of this fight. They have the Malphite also. They can kind of give them a taste of their own medicine here. Both teams just waiting for it. Kaisa immediately locked down, and she is not going to survive any of that. Oh my god, the Malphite almost does it. With so much damage, without Kaisa do the damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I am the script is getting absolutely messed up by the Malphite body. Yone the one still alive with the CC. Oh my god, she was still alive? Wait. I thought she was already dead. Kaisa.
That's it. That's the game.
I thought Kaisa had died earlier. I thought it had been enough. I have to go back and look at that again.
Oh my god. Okay, so this chain CC from the blue side was just so unavoidable, so disgusting. The red side literally couldn't respond. The Malphite are layered with the Vi R, with the Victor CC, the Galio CC. It was just too much. They played it absolutely perfectly.
Kaisa was at Kaisa was at 100 health, but the rocket coming in and the Galio magic hit just enough to keep her alive the rest of the way. And yeah, with that, that'll be the first game going over to Blue Lions, man. Never doubt Bronze Zodia. Never doubt the ability to just press R and win. Never doubt the rock.
Just press R.
Just very unavoidable.
The Elo machine.
Malphite did
Malphite.
like the second most damage on his team. You never doubt the rock.
You don't down the rock. They say rock solid for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. And this performance on the Malphite was absolutely rock solid.
Tanks are meta. Give up on all your fancy Yasuos and your Yones and your dead. Play beefy boys. Yeah, Kaisa on top.
That Kaisa damage was absolutely disgusting. Holy cow.
I'm trying to look at damage taken real quick, so I can just praise Malphite some more. Actually, no, that's a little fair. It's Kaisa. Oh, I have the wrong matchups. God, I hate this stupid thing where it gives you like 5 different check marks. I gotta uncheck. Excellent. Malphite and Galio being big tanky boys. Alistar Warwick being kind of, again, the only kind of CC outside of Gragas who was really more about disrupting the backline, trying to keep his front line alive. Warwick trying to be the hero his team needed, but it was not enough.
Now again, I would like to acknowledge to everybody, Red Side was favored going into this, and even in the early game, I feel like they were favored scaling into late game, but that Kaisa, they just could not get onto her. There were so many fights where she just lived with a few HP and she was able to just shred the enemy team. And even though that wasn't necessarily the case in the last fight, oh my god, she did so much damage. She did so much for her team. But
especially in these early parts of the tournament when you're kind of just feeling each other out and getting an idea of what each team likes to play. Can't go wrong with a good Bronze Zodia, easy to execute, tanky, beefy boy team fighting team. Can't go wrong. From there, you can get fancy with your 1-3-1s, your split pushes, or whatever your funnel strats or your Yumi tops. Who cares? But right now, just Mumu, Blitzcrank, Malphite, just play one of them or all of them, and you'll have a good time this first couple of weeks, I swear.
Hey, if I'm the Kaisa, I'm really happy my teammates know how to press R. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Any final words before we take a break, my man, Austin?
That was a crazy game. It was really close. I actually preferred one team to win, and they did not. So that, I think, speaks to the competition between these two teams. They're both very high in the charts, so I'm looking forward to the next game.
All right, so with that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for Game 2 between Blue Lions and Omega Gaming Vhetta in a little bit.
Too long, but still not long enough. No matter how we end, I want to begin again. It's been way too long, but still not long enough. No matter how we end, can we just begin again? trapped inside this spell. Now I feel it. Now I feel it. Your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel them. I can feel them pull me down. I can feel them pull me down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the LHG Winter 2021 Academy League game between Blue Lions and Omega Gaming Vhetta. Joining me today is my co-host, Austin. Austin, how you doing, my dude?
I'm doing pretty good. That game one was such a banger. Holy crap. I cannot wait for this game too.
Something Pogger, something. I was right and you were wrong.
I was wrong. I really thought OG Vhetta would be able to hyperscale with all their scaling champions, but Blue Lions were able to just out team fight and get that Mountain Soul and finish up the game.
Yeah, what was nuts was Blue Lions looked very commanding. We're getting kills, we're making plays across the board, and getting their bot lane fed. But Omega Gaming just kind of kept up, and then after one dragon and like a successful couple of kills, Omega ended up having like a 5, 6, 7K gold lead. Blue Lions was on a terrible back foot, and they level 16.
Yeah, that was the most surprising part by far, is that Vhetta were about 7,000 gold in the lead, and I already thought that their team outscaled the enemy team, but Blue Lions just pulled it out. What can you say? When a team pulls it out, they pull it out, and Blue Lions, they pulled it out.
So going into this next game, what do you want to see from the teams, I guess, going in wise? Do you think Blue Lions should stick to what they did and just full Bronzodia, or do you think they should maybe try a little more split pushing because they can kind of maybe tear apart Omega Gaming across the lanes better? Or do you think Omega Gaming should try what they did and just execute it better, or change up their team comp a bit?
Honestly, I hate to say it, but Blue Lions, Bronzodia, keep doing it. It works. What can I say? It works. Whereas Vhetta, like I'm looking to maybe some early game champions like a Pantheon, maybe that Udyr in the jungle, something like that, to be able to get them not only ahead, but ahead in objectives.
True, because we saw that Omega Gaming gave up the first 3 Drakes and was able to respond by getting both Rift Herald. Maybe could have used the first one a bit better, but they were able to use the Rift Herald very effectively, despite being down on the Dragon, and they held off the 4th Drake for a long time. So I would agree with you there. Even though Omega banned kind of Skarner and Udyr, those kind of big, tanky, damagey, all-around good junglers, maybe they want to leave them open this time, because we saw that their jungler on Greg is doing a lot of good work. Caxi, I think his name was. And maybe putting up something with a little more damage, a little more oomph. Maybe even like a Shyvana or a Karthus might be able to help his team out. And also, can we maybe gank top lane a little bit? Maybe help out our big island chunguses.
Yeah, maybe the ganking the top lane would make a difference in this next game going forward, especially with the Kai'Sa ban. Not much to look for on the bot side. I mean, maybe there's more to look for, but on the Blue Lion side, oof, you hate to see that go because that Kai'Sa was such an important part of their victory.
Right, we see OG again banning Skarner, banning Urgot, and again Kai'Sa's just a straight up respect ban, so good for them. Already changing up a little bit. Opting to go for the Gragas again. I guess it's still a flex pick, so don't say howdy yet. But I'd like to see a little bit more. I don't know. I'd like to see OG. What would I like to see from them? I'd like to see a little more oomph. I'd like to see a little more agency in the lanes.
Now, speaking of oomph, I was able to look into both teams before this match, and I will say OG Vhetta had by far one of the largest champion pools I've ever seen in 4 out of 5 positions. So
Nice.
I would like to see some kind of diversity coming into this game too.
Ooh, Oh yes, please. I love set. Yeah, we got the fist of cup.
Again.
Oh my god, we got the punchiest boy and girl in the game in this game right now. I cannot be happy. This is gonna be a good time. So Seth also very strong flexor, great support right now still, and a really powerful top laner. Not really jungle anymore, but he could go there if he felt like it. I've even seen it mid by those who are feeling extra spicy, but it looks like OG is gonna kind of pick the same team so far. I mean, the Tristana did a lot of work. That's fair. The Gragas did a lot of work, so they're safe, good picks for OG. Ooh, okay. So they're betting that that's set top. They're committing to set top. They're committing to Renekton to counter the set top.
Right, exactly. So they really are banking on Set being a top pick and picking the Renekton in response. Now, we'll see if Blue Lions elect to put this Set into the support role or possibly even the mid role. So I'm not sure how I feel about that Renekton pick, but I do know it complements Tristana and Gragas pretty well.
All right. Oh, I like that. Sniper as the final pick in this first round here. It can give Vi her speed up she needs to catch people. Set likes going fast. That's going to be a very damaging bot lane. One Set's done with the Sivir Q, and that's a lot of damage.
I mean, when you look at this draft from an objective point of view, I feel like the Sivir really complements Vi and Set, just as you said. I mean, Set, his main flaw is that all of his abilities require him to be very close range with the enemy champions, and he is very stationary as a champion. So Sivir being able to provide him with that movement speed just makes him all the deadlier.
100% true. And now Blue Lions banning the Silas, and now Malphite being the other ban on the side of OG. I mean, I guess that's because they've committed to the Renekton top and Gragas jungle, but they could pick this Malphite mid. That's 3 AD on the side of Blue Lions already showing. Malphite's not a bad pick into that, and Blue Lions gonna ban the Yone as the final ban for that.
That's true. That's true. I feel like Blue Lions banning the Silas and the Yone here is relatively smart. I feel like they're two hyper carries, and the players on OG Vhetta knew how to use those champions for sure.
100%. And with the final ban being Mordekaiser, I guess they're still a little afraid of that Set being flexed into the bot lane. With this Sivir, again, really strong combination. Anivia. Huh.
Okay.
I think I like it. I'm always very tilted when I see the break. I always think, Anivia doesn't do much. Anivia is just kind of there, old champion, whatever. But as soon as I get hit by a good wall stun into ult, I just want to die. That's a lot of playmaking potential for Blue Lions.
Anivia, one of my favorite champions to play. I mained her in Season 8. She is a fabulous champion. She is absolutely broken right now. She is stationary, yes, but she provides the damage, she provides the CC, and if she has the front line and the support that she needs, then she can absolutely pop off. And Blue Lions have that. They have a Set, a Vi, a Sivir. This Anivia is going to be feeling really good in the mid lane.
I can definitely see that. Vi can threaten the back line and really pull them apart, as Set can be a real beefy boy in the front. Sivir ult to kind of reposition and get a better position or even a better pick. Or Ralph for the final pick off for the side of OG Vendetta. I really like to see Blue Lions pick something beefy. Just a big tank. Maybe you see Jarvan could be flexed around. Maokai could be flexed around. Poppy could be flexed around here.
That's true. I feel like Blue Lions have a lot of options in their hands, especially with the Rel pick. The Rel and Tristana is an absolutely deadly lane being played correctly.
Oh, no.
The Seraphine.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
Gross.
Let me just mute all of my game sounds real quick.
Let me just quit casting this game forever.
Again, I'm biased. I'm not a huge fan of enchanted supports. I was back in season 2 and 3 when Lulu and Nami were the only ones, but I don't like Seraphine. I don't like what she does. I'm not a fan. But that does mean it's Set top. I really would have liked to see, again, maybe instead of Seraphine, maybe again a Maokai or something that can just, or even a Garen, something that can really benefit from that speed boost and that a little bit extra oomph, but can also still bully the Renekton. And let Set deal with Rel bot. Oh no, Rel's coming at me. What am I gonna do? Oh wait, I'm Set. I'm just gonna kill her.
That's true. That would be a good mentality for the bot lane of Sivir and Set, but they elect to lock into the Seraphine. It looks like they're really looking into that laning phase, sustainability, and late game kind of, oomph that a team comp needs to be able to heal and movement speed through a lot of debuffs.
Yeah, and the terrifying thing about the composition from OG with this Rel Tristana bot lane specifically is, all right, cool, Rel's gonna stun you. Well, she gonna get to me, Tristana's gonna jump behind you and you're all gonna be stunned, and Seraphine can't do anything about that. And Sivir has a spell shield, but then she's gonna get blasted by Tristana bomb. Seraphine can't come back after Rel goes in. I think that kind of has a trifecta go. It's like all in beats, kind of poke, and then healing. It's just, I just don't see this bot lane having a good time in blue line. It's going to be a lot of pressure on them not to just fall over and die.
That's really true. It really is going to be up to Sivir and Seraphine to be able to at least try to live through the all-in potential of Rel and Tristana, and that is a deadly combo.
So it's like going forward with this. Let me look at the draft again. I can't wait to see the Set Renekton top lane because I play both those champions a lot, and I like that matchup on both sides a lot. Even though Renekton's supposed to win, like the ones if you get a single kill as Set, top lane's over, you win. If you get a single kill as Renekton, top lane's over, you win. And the big tell is going to be if Renekton takes PTA or Conquer. Or even, what's been really popular by a lot of the Renekton players, RTO and Solo Renekton and a couple of others, and even in pro play has been Grasp Renekton. Which, I guess works out really well for you if you want to be a big lizard that needs to survive when you go in, but Renekton has a lot of viability in his final picks now, even with the healing reduction he got in the latest patch notes.
That's true. Top's going to be a skill matchup for sure, and I know you play the top lane, you play those big beefy boys, but personally, I play those mages in the mid lane, and I'm seeing that Syndra and that Anivia matchup, and I gotta say, I do favor the Anivia into this matchup. Syndra's stationary, she's very vulnerable, and Anivia is absolutely broken this patch. Her Q stun is rapidly accelerated. It's really hard to dodge, and her damage is just overwhelming. Now on Anivia, you could go Electrocute, you could go Phase Rush, you could go Summer Spellbook. There's a lot of options for the Anivia, whereas Syndra, probably just going to go that Electrocute.
Yeah, even at the higher echelons, you see Syndra going for the natural Phase Rush and all that fun stuff, but this is a kill team on the side of Omega Gaming. Rel going in, Renekton going in, Gragas going in. Like, the second any CC lands, even from Syndra, and we've seen its Toddy be an absolute bully and roam like crazy. If he roams early on before they even get her ult and push those waves in, he's going to do a lot of damage. There's going to be a lot of depth inside of blue lines unless they maintain their zoning with the Anivia, with the Sivir, with the Seraphine to say, hey, if you come here, we're going to tussle and you're not going to like it.
That's true. That's a really good point, and all the more reason why I really like this Rel pick. Look, on the side of Blue Lions, yes, I like their champion picks. Yes, they're playing a lot of broken champions. Yes, they have a lot of synergy, but they do have a lot of stationary champions like Anivia, Seraphine, Sivir that are absolutely exposable by champions like Rel and Syndra. If they find the right fights, Blue Lions, you're in trouble.
100%. And I like Rel. I think she's cool. Still haven't played her because I just haven't been in bot lane in years. So I don't 100% know what she does and exactly what she's going to bring to this bot lane, except jump in, not die, big stuns.
Let me ask you this, Win. Have you ever seen the show Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
You remember when Jesse was like, yeah, magnets! Oh! That's Rel.
I'm so excited.
She finds a bunch of enemy champions and she magnetizes them together. She goes in on them and she's able to keep them there for a prolonged period of time.
Yeah, and again, even though we did see a little bit of this problem last game, there is a Gragas, and Gragas can mess up a lot of these engaged setups from Syndra and Rel. But that's gonna, if Rel gets a good AoE lockup, or if again Syndra gets a good AoE stun and Renekton goes in with a nice little Dominus slice and dice, is going to shred the relatively squishy backline of Blue Lions. And again, if he gets a good stun on Vi or Set, they are in trouble.
Absolutely true. A lot of volatile champions on the side of Blue Lions, very vulnerable. They need to execute perfectly. If they don't, they are in some trouble. But if we look at OG Vhetta, I'm looking at the Gragas, and last game, the Gragas was, yes, he did very well. He knew exactly where to be, when to be there, but his casks were a little bit questionable, so I'm looking for some better casks, some better all-in potential, some pick potential from the side of OG Vhetta. I'm hoping they're able to do that better this game.
100%. And again, we saw, the Gragas has the mindset and the mentality and knows how to, hey, Zion K, thank you for following us here at LHG. We know he has the ability to pressure this map and be where he needs to be. And then even get his objectives and make good, smart decisions and trades. So it's going to be up to him to kind of execute a little bit better on the caches, and then let's see what his laners can do.
Yeah, we'll see. Renekton's a strong lane, Syndra's a strong lane, Tristana and Rella's a strong lane, so they got a lot of strong lanes. Let's see what Gragas can do.
Excellent. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break so we can sync up with the cast and the casters. So with that, let us know who you think's going to win in the chat. Omega Gaming Vhetta, or will Blue Lions take a sweet 2-0? We'll be back in a little bit. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Academy League LHG Winter 2021 Game 2 between Blue Lions and Omega Gaming Vhetta. We saw Blue Lions take the first game so far in this series, so it is up to Omega Gaming to have a strong showing here to tie it all up, or Blue Lions will just take home a nice, simple 2-0. And right off the bat, we see a normal 5-5 split. Okay, I'm joined again. I'm Fighter Warfare here, casting for you guys, and joining me again is my homie Viva Pancake, also known as Austin. Austin, what do you want to see in this early kind of game from each team? What do you think they need to execute on to get ahead?
Hello, Wayne. Well, if I'm looking at the Blue Lions, I'm looking at that Anivia. I'm looking at her try to dominate the lane, try and really complement the Vi. Maybe the Vi's able to get some ganks off mid against the Syndra, it's stationary champion. Whereas if I'm looking at the Gragas, I'm looking at him to be just as impactful, whereas maybe his laners can be a little more impactful.
True, we saw again this Gragas do a lot of work and a lot of roaming, and again it looks like Vi's opting for the top side start and with no leash to kind of be sneakier about it, as this time OGV has also opted for the blue start, which will be a little telltale here as Renton gets late to lane. That will give Set a little bit of breathing room. Both have opted for Conquer. It's going to be long fights. That's what I want.
That's what I like too.
Hustle.
Those long team fights. Always fun.
It's like personally, I like PTA on Renekton. I think it works out really well, and I think it's good. Ooh, set with a nice 1-2. But it's a lot of free for entry off the bat. Set opting for the standard. Where do you go for secondary? Yeah, both opting. Second one revitalized, pretty normal. Renekton also opting for demolish, bone plating, very normal. Level 2, Set has a little bit of an advantage here if he gets the stun.
Couldn't find it.
Ooh, the Renekton has a window here. If he can get his Fury up, he can make a really good play and do a lot of damage to the Set before his shield comes up. Looks like he's going to pop potion and try to freeze.
Yep. Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Set is knowing that Renekton is able to all in him. He's popping that potion. He's trying to stay up in this lane. Renekton still able to go in. Holy cow.
Nice level 2, but Set's great dash.
Oh!
He's not respecting the second 1-2 from Set. And that'll be first blood over the blue line as the Muscle Furry takes it. I
hate to see it. Yeah, hate to see it.
And just like that, lane's over, boys. Set wins.
Hopefully it's not that black and white. Renekton's able to soak up this wave here. Maybe he's able to come back in some way with some jungle help, but yeah. That feels really bad for the Renekton to give up a kill that early to a Set. Oof. You really don't like to see that.
Yeah, and he's definitely, with the Conqueror pick, he's definitely kind of looking for more of these kind of later fights, these longer tussles when everyone's fighting together so he can do big healings. But, oh my god, Set, that's mean! This man just backed and bought 3 armor cloths and he's gonna do no damage!
That's disgusting. He's bought 3 cloth armors. Normal people that I would encounter in solo queue would say that means you're insecure, but I would say that makes you smart. Look, Renekton just does 100% physical damage. All he has is his combo to try and kill you. If he can't kill you, then, you know, you win. To put it lightly. So, I feel like Set's being smart here. He's able to take that first kill. Ooh.
Woo. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Set is definitely going to go into an early Bramble. Renekton kind of forced into maybe either getting either really early lethality or even, again, a fade into more of a tanky or bruiser kind of thing. But we'll have to see what he goes here. Again, I only care about the top lane, so the rest of the match is someone else's problem. Well, I'm the top lane, looking for the gank. Renekton still has flash. Easy dash away.
Okay.
As we look down the lanes here, we see Tristana, Sivir pretty even. Mid lane again, Toddy's kind of getting a little bit of gap just like last time, but good trade as we look here for our Rainbow. Jungler is pretty dead even, top lane pretty even with the kill going over to Set. So everyone's kind of a lot more chill this game.
A little more chill for sure. We had a lot of action in the early game of the game 1, but meanwhile this game a lot of lanes pretty stagnant. I feel like.
Ooh, what a stun!
Ooh.
And this time we see Gragas actually on the bot side already going for that early dragon, which is what Vi was doing last time. He has his bot lane to get there first, but mid is getting real suspicious. Gragas needs to finish this off quick before the smite steal comes. Oh, it's terrifying.
It's gonna die. Oh! Barely flashed out. Just.
Oh, but the wall goes down, and Rel's gonna have to sacrifice. Like, poor Warwick, man. This man is a team player through and through. Dying for his friends.
You got a Neviad in the mouth. It happens.
Yeah, Vi again, one auto short from killing Cacti again, but the flash smite will be just enough.
And it really sucks because I liked the foresight from blue side. I really liked the Gragas hovering next to the dragon saying, you know what, Vi, I played against you last game. I know you're hovering this dragon. I'm going to get there before you. I'm going to secure it, which he did, but he gave up that kill. And now red side are 1,000 gold ahead.
These little advantages is going to start stacking up. And luckily, again, Gragas got that dragon in. An early Mountain Drake goes miles into a matchup like this. There's going to be a lot of tussling and it's a lot of breakpoints from the side that blue line has to overcome. Or sorry, that Omega has to overcome. And with a little bit of extra armor and magic resist, they should be in a good spot.
For those of you just tuning in, we do say blue lines. They are not the blue side, they are the red side, and that makes it extra confusing for us. So just FYI. The blue lions are on the red side, OG on the blue side.
Just be big brained and figure it out, guys. And yeah, just like that, Seth's coming back with the Bramble Vest. He still has teleport versus Renekton. Already had to burn his from the earlier death, and
Gross.
this is just falling heavily out of favor for the poor Renekton. Finally gets to play a champion to do something, and now he's just struggling. He has to pray for a little help from his jungler, or even an early save a big wave, push it in, and then get some plates up over Set to catch up on that gold differential. Oh, man.
Okay, so we're looking at the gold here.
Oh, what do you see that's really exciting for you? I like the Vi farm. I like that Vi is doing leaps and bounds more than Gragas this time around.
Absolutely. I really like that Vi is able to get the farm up on this Gragas, but if we look at the top side, oof, that's a pretty big gold lead for the set. Feels bad.
Okay, now we got to the point where Anivia can kind of permanently push the lane with the double mana items. She's never leaving lane again. Ignite is coming back up for her, so I'm excited to see if she wants to make a play with that. And then even just going back to the gold again. Another Eclipse Vi game incoming. I mean, why not? A lot of damage, a lot of squishy targets.
Absolutely. I was just about to recommend Vi. Go that Eclipse route, try to kill some champions. You can do it. Ooh.
They're in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, and Sets is going to walk right through him and kill him. Gragas is forced to run away as well.
Yikes.
A little early on the call there, with him taking the full brunt of that Haymaker, or of the Set W, which is it Haymaker? I'm old, man. I can't remember things. Yeah, Haymaker. Taking the full brunt of that true damage hit. He definitely should have backed up. He should have called up the gank, waited for the help to come back, or even again look to reset the wave. Just really trying to force something top lane with that. Sets him get more and more ahead, and he's not dying anytime soon.
Hey, Wayne, you don't have to have perfect memory to be able to see that Set was able to 1v2 there. That was absolutely disgusting. Meanwhile, Vi on the bot lane is able to secure that Scuttle Crab, secure the vision, and try to make some impact on the bot side. Maybe she's not able to do it.
We do that. I mean, Sivir with lethal tempo, she should be able to get maybe one more play out of this, but they have to be careful. Ralph can make a big play with her ult, but smartly looking to just kind of back up and get out of that tower range. Yeah, I mean, Renekton's just, worse the worst spot as this game goes on. He's going to have to just, honestly, the biggest brain strat would be to just let Set take his tower as soon as he can after 14 minutes. So the wave pushes in, he can freeze it super far back and farm up and be safe. I think this is best bet into it.
I will never forget the Renekton from my solo queue game about 3 years ago, where he was 0-4, he absolutely got stomped, and he came mid lane and then just pulled off like the biggest play ever to win our team the game. Like, it was absolutely insane. I typed in chat like, holy shit, you're 0-4 Renekton making plays. He was able to do it. It changed our whole team mental, and we were able to come back and win. So I'm hoping that's what Temptation's able to do this game. Let's see what he can do.
And we see both junglers here on this side. Dragon's coming up, so whoever bot lane can get the pressure here can definitely take this Dragon a lot easier than the other. Ooh, it's Bro, looking to make a play here. They're just really trying to bait out the Sivir spell shield, then they can really go in on it. Yeah, chat's just crying for this poor Renekton who's struggling. Again, does more damage to himself than he does to Set. Thunder PTA, everyone's like, this is what it should have been, but this is what this man is committed to, the gore drinker big heal life. He likes big heals. Who's gonna get it?
Imagine getting soloed by a tank Set. Hey, listen. That was early on, okay? Look, Set has a strong kit, so does Renekton. If you make a mistake, Set can capitalize on it. That's what he did, and now he's able to 1v2 the lane. He's a good player, it's not to be understated. Oh, that was close.
That was terrifying. Yeah, good job on Blue Lions to pull out the Drake a little bit more. Drake's definitely easily gotten in there and stolen it. And this time we see with Vi being a lot more heads up and being a lot more farm centric, really choking out this Gragas this time. Not nearly as big a lead as last time.
That's true. That is true. That is something that is worth mentioning, because the last game that we watched, Gragas was able to pull ahead so far. I think he was 5-0 at one point. He had so many items. He was able to have so much impact in every single lane. And this game, we're not really seeing quite that much. And Blue Lions won that last game. So this game,
Yeah, such a big comeback. It's going to be a lot more on OGV to execute on their game plan. Either how long they want this laning phase to go. Oh, the dash back in. That's a shame. How long they want this laning phase to go if they want to try to fight for the Drake again or fight for the Herald is actually being started right now. And I think Blue Lions is going to take this easily. OGV has no real chance of stealing this. Their team's here first. Just give this up and try to be safe. Ooh, well.
That's true.
Cax is looking at his live. Going to flash forward right into their Nectin. Oh, but oh my god, you hate to see it. Oh, what? That does take Vi down. He's going to knock the Dragons away. It's almost dead. And we'll be able to take the Herald as the Ginga's going to get knocked down and locked away. The double kill from the center with the Nvidia doing so much damage.
Too much. Too much. You can't allow an Anivia free reign like that. You can't allow her to just refresh her cooldowns and stun you again and chunk you for too much damage. And that's exactly what happens.
Even with them getting so much work done on the Vi, the exhaust, I have to admit, the exhaust from the Seraphine and the ult was good at stopping the Nectin from getting that kill to kind of get it back in the game. But now, again, Set got all of those kills in that fight, and Melina got the last one. Set 4-0, taking all the turret plates, and will probably get first tower blood. Things are looking really bad and really dire for OGV at this point.
That's true. So, I mean, let's look at this from OG's perspective. You have Syndra, and she just got 2 kills. And you have a lot of burstable champions on the other side. So maybe if OG are able to take this Syndra and get the picks that they need and secure the objectives, they can claw their way back into this game. But right now it's looking a little bit dire.
Personally, I think it's going to be, again, I hate to put the playmaker shoulders on Warwick and Caxi, or again, Warwick and even Scriptor. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a big rel engage to close the gap and get on this backline, because with Sivir and Seraphine, they're so safe. As much as I was talking about how much I expected Rel to just dive in and kill them all the time, because they didn't get the advantage they needed early on in the game, they're not at that point where Tristana can just dive in and kill you. Like right now, if I was in solo queue, my Tristana would be diving right now and killing that Sivir. 100%.
That's true. We talked about speak of the devil.
Oh, but there's Vi.
Oh.
It's just a little too late, I think.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it. You're an engaged champion, right? You see the opportunity in front of you. I'm going to go in, I'm going to smurf on him, and the jungler's just right there waiting for you. It feels bad.
Set is for blood, out here for blood. I go with the showstopper. The 1-2 punch should be enough, and the W. That'll be a dead
Oh.
Woo.
That's a sad crocodile.
A sad crocodile. He's a nice pair of boots now, and poor Scriptor is just going to end up dying here as they can accurately trade off all the tower tanking. One more hit would have done it, but it's not enough. And Blue Lions comfortably ahead this game with 5k gold lead. And now we see Set trying to take the blue buff, and he will take it uncontested. Poor Caxi this time.
Wow.
A lot different from the last time. Last time at 15 minutes, this is right about when OGV turned around and started taking back a lot of their advantage and pushing their gold lead. This time, Blue Lions is giving them no time to breathe. No room to breathe. The Rainbow's going to get locked up here. Cool. They're going to hand it over to the Toddy, it looks like.
May I offer you an egg in this trying time? No. Never mind. She's died anyway.
Offered the Syndra, 100%. Ooh, that is the new skin too. I like it. I like it.
All right.
All right, so yeah, OGV not down but not out. Definitely picking up on some of the lack of vision in the top side as all the vision's forward. Excuse me, Blue Line's in the bot side right now. As the Dragon's about to come up in the next 5 seconds.
TP's coming in.
God, Set already has Stride Breaker, Tier 2 boots, and Bramble. So he can hold these two here all by himself.
Tickle my back, bro.
This is going to try to go for the kills here. So it's a little out of position, but I'm not worried. He's got the Conqueror up. Ooh, a great showstopper. He still has the W for the shield and is going to do a lot of damage. Tristana immediately turned up the Seraphine coming in down, locking the Gragas, locking the Rose, immediately blowing up Tristana. Not quite able to kill him, it's so close. He's going to flash forward, it will be enough. He will get the shutdown kill. Set now, the next one in trouble. Tristana gets that shutdown. Gragas is going to shut down. And Seraphine going to pick up their Nectin. She's going to chase down into Toddy, going for the Q. She's full health, not able to spell shield that. Seraphine's gonna pick up the Gragas here, and this should be a dead Gragas.
It should be indeed. Now, that went a lot better for blue side than I thought it would.
100%. I did not expect Tristana to live there or get those kills that she got. Seth getting a little greedy with his all in there on Renekton that he has no business needing to worry about killing. Yeah, good positioning from the Tristana and it's a Toddy here.
And it's such a shame because if they were just a few thousand gold closer to the red side, they may have really been able to contest that objective. But unfortunately, they were just too far behind and they had to concede it.
Oh yeah, but with that, Sivir able to get her longbow online. Tristana also able to get her Kraken bow online. So we'll see how that turns out. Renekton able to have Gold Ring for the next fight. Again, a lot of mythics coming online from the side of OGV. So next fight, if it is closer, will be at least not quite as cut and dry as everything was up until that point.
That's true. So while Blue Lions are in the lead, and even though they were able to claw back their lead deficit last game, and they are in the lead this game, when we're looking at OG, we're seeing the Syndra finally completing her mythic item. We're seeing her having 3 kills. We're seeing the Tristana pick and the Rel pick. And these two champions really have been popping off in competitive and solo queue. And it's very possible that if they're able to find the right fight, they can really secure a gold advantage. So we're going to be looking to the next fight to see what happens.
And I like this play from Blue Line. Now they're in the enemy jungle. They're all grouped as one. Mid lane's getting pushed. Anivia, there's a little one on the wall there, but they all going to come in and get immediately blown up by Seraphine with the ult. Seraphine going to come on the side. Syndra's charm. Sets him with Strike Breaker. If I'm going to go around and say that should be a dead Syndra, there's a shutdown on the Vine. Tristana getting exhausted. She's immediately going to get blown up. Taking the tower shot too. And this looks like and the set's going to go in with a haymaker. The showstopper Warwick taking all the damage in his life. Set full health, no problem. Unknown Tempest here to pick up the poor pieces of his team. This is probably going to be 2 turrets. And at this point, yeah, exactly what I want to say. I want to see pings from the side of Blue Lions. One of them can back off and go get that Herald for free. Woo, what a fight.
That was a crazy fight, but way too much of an overextension from blue side, from the OG side. They were maybe feeling themselves a little bit too much. They overextended, trying to take an objective, but they underestimated red side's ability to counteract and engage on them, and the game has been paused.
I'm to catch my breath here.
It's sushi time, apparently. Somebody's eating sushi, so we need to wait for that. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the pause is for.
So just to kind of iterate how that fight broke down. So it looks like, it's kind of started off as a pick on Anivia, which is really well engaged by Warwick with the wall going wide. He's able to flash ult on top of him. They blew up immediately. The only problem was Blue Lions going into that area. You can see now there's a good ward in the river. There's a ward in the lane. There's a ward in the jungle. There's a ward in their own jungle. They knew which way Omega could approach this fight, and they found out even with them pushing forward that far, Seraphine got a good double stun, Sivir got a great Q lockdown, and then Vi able to hit onto the Syndra uncontested and just blow her up. Just kind of showed that even though they got that pick, they overextended a little bit too hard, and Blue Lions capitalizing on it, being able to pick up the kills, 2 towers, and now this Herald.
That's true. At the beginning of the fight, I saw Anivia getting caught out. I thought it was for sure a solid pick onto the side of Blue Lions, but they were able to retaliate and then some. The Seraphine ult was able to find the Rel, the Tristana, the Vi was able to come in and just engage and do so much damage, do so much work, and OG wasn't really able to find what they were looking for there.
Yeah, that's the OG. Coming up into that play, I like that Blue Lions coming in, warding all this jungle and preparing for it. Going into it, I'm glad that Omega was not afraid to go for this pick, which is what their comp is designed for. But again, just kind of the lack of vision. I want to see them. Again, they're down but not out. This Herald is going to hurt, but as long as they don't all get wiped as it kills this Ender turret, which I imagine it's going to try to do, they should be fine. Going forward, I think Omega just needs to calm down a little bit and just, again, kind of let those last few outer turrets fall. They still can afford to give them a dragon. It's not dragon slow yet. And just kind of try to play around getting these laners more of that golden. Tristana needs a little bit more money so she can dive in like a monkey like that. And Syndra needs a little bit more money to finish your item. I think with that a little bit over the edge, they might be able to put up a better fight than what we saw here. and make those picks a little more damaging.
That's true. I mean, look, Blue Lions has a significant gold lead. It's pretty substantial. But if you look at the last game, so did OG when Blue Lions came back. So let's see what OG can do this time around. Like, yes, the Anivia's ahead. Yes, the Sivir's ahead. Yes, the Seraphine's ahead. It feels bad. It feels really bad. Top lane's ahead too. Feels bad.
Yeah, our lane's kind of one. Yeah, and yeah, I feel that too. It's just I'm trying to think what they could do, what Omega can kind of do other than, again, like I said, kind of get rid of all that outlier stuff and try to just like power funnel some gold into somebody. Even looking back at the draft, I think Omega can definitely look back at that and say, we made some good overall bans, but again, kind of with this Gragas, I feel like they could have flexed it a little bit more, or been a little more, again, flexible where they put this Renekton. It could do relatively well into Anivia, especially if you got some tenacity. I guess I'd like to see them going forward, not to be afraid to shake it up, not be afraid to try some things out and totally radically change their game plan going into a game 2 going forward.
That's true. The Renekton into Anivia. You gotta look for stuff like that.
That would have been
It looks like we're ready to resume. And we're resuming. We're live again.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
This Herald just gives all the options in the world to Bloom. They can use it to break up. They can use it to break down top lane and get get better dragon control. They can use it to break the mid inhibitors and just have mid open. And honestly, if they get a one more wipe like that with the Herald still up, I think they win the game.
That's true. They're definitely going to be looking for an inhibitor and possibly the Nexus next on the side of Blue Lions. And they have that Anivia. They're going to be looking for that scaling AP damage. They're going to be looking to lock down the side of OG. And OG, if you're OG, what are you looking for to try and get back into this game?
I mean, just not dying. Not dying.
Don't
not
die
dying
for
all
it.
at once. Yeah, basically, yeah, just don't die. HP greater than 0. If Syndra, Rel, and Tristana can get on top of Sivir and kill her immediately and then run away with the good Syndra knockback and get that shutdown, that'd do huge work for them. But it's going to be so hard with the Vi, with the Anivia, with the amount of zoning they have. I don't know if they can kill the damage dealers or the threats on the side of Blue Lions fast enough without like a really strong pick. And the last thing to be around, they got to pick a side and just ward up like crazy. And we see Blue Lions doing that with the bottom lane right now. They know they have the advantage. They're going to push mid and threaten the Herald.
That's true. I mean, if you look at the vision on the map, like, Blue Lions clearly have the advantage. They're even pressing for this inhibitor turret right now, and they have the Rift Herald in their arsenal, and they're summoning him right now.
A little early, the minion wave's gone. They could have waited for the not super, but the caster minion for the extra damage. But this is going to be a dead Herald for no mid tower, so that's good. That is a plus for the side of OGV right now.
Yeah, could have been worse. Absolutely.
We take those.
We take those, absolutely. I mean, look, if you're on the side of OG, you have a lot of burst damage, you have a lot of engage potential, and especially in this patch, in this meta, I feel like the worst thing that you can deal with as a caster is tankiness. I mean, speaking specifically as an Orianna player, when you know what I mean. So when I see the Syndra, when I see the Tristana, when I see the Gragas, look, besides the set, red team is very susceptible to all-in burst potential. So if you're able to find that pick, you're able to find that engage, blue team could still crawl their way back into this game, but we're gonna have to see their camp pushing right now.
Get push. Let's go. Again, Set has teleport. He's 2 levels up. Nobody can contest him. This should be an easy dragon. Again, OG does not have to give away their lives for this. This can use this chance to push out, establish some vision. Like, obviously they're on the dragon. Just ward up the top side so you have a little bit of vision control for Baron, and just breathe a bit.
Yeah, the Baron control is very important. It looks like they have a lot of vision around Baron already. At least a substantial amount, but they should absolutely be looking to get into that top side of the red side, put some wards there, predict where they're going to be, maybe try to bait the Baron.
It's Toddy doing his standard, I'm going to farm everything forever and be up the 50 CS on my lane opponent, like a champion.
Okay, Toddy. I see you farming.
That's chat pointing out, like, Sivir and Nivea have so much wave clear. They can clear in an instant and then leave, and as soon as mid lane goes down, it's going to be really, really difficult and really dangerous for any plays that OGV try to make.
It's so easy for them to get priority, and blue side are just forced to respond so much slower.
And this is still all okay. They have some vision near Baron. They have the one pink one in the back. They're still walking their own jungle. Everyone's on the map. OGV's okay. They're not sweating yet. Just not able to finish her Stormrazor, so she can be a little bit more impactful. And now it's just up to Blue Lions to decide when they want to pull the trigger. Very comfortably in the driver's seat here. Thank God.
They really are in the driver's seat. It looks like they're putting all 5 members mid, just trying to siege. Meanwhile, the Baron's still up. I'm surprised they don't try to hover it or at least bait it. But Seth's looking for that Renekton in the top side. He's looking for that 1v1. He's not really able to find much.
At this point, Renekton's healthy enough with his build. He shouldn't be in too much danger. I don't mind the top split push. But again, the standard ideal in this scenario is Seth has teleport. You have advantage. You don't need top lane pushing. You want bot lane pushing, so they have to respond to that. And your team, and that's the longest amount of time you have to walk to get to Baron.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. I feel like red side could be playing this a little bit better. Maybe 1-3-1ing or putting Seth in the bot side and baiting the Baron. But, it looks like they're trying to do it now. Better late than never, I suppose.
Even looking at the bot side, it's technically pushing in for the side of red. Oh, it's the bait. It's the old bait.
Yep. That's what I said. Looking for the bait. Oh!
Oh, Seth a little bit of trouble.
Wait a minute.
What the haymaker. Nivea coming in with a wall, knocking them all apart. We're all stuck on the wrong side of this fight, as is Renekton. Oh, there's the Seraphine on the double stun. Will just destroy. No, Vi gets on the back line, getting the full 1-2, but second to die mid. Oh, nope, he's still on that line. And he goes over the wall with the stride breaker, and Rel's immediately deleted. And the bait was looking a little sketch, but if you don't kill Seth, you get smacked.
In the end, red side was able to force blue side to play their hand, and it wasn't enough. So red side is able to take out 2 members and secure the Baron, and they're going to take that W.
Yeah, unfortunately for the side, they played that almost perfectly. Just, again, they didn't quite hit that damage that's needed to kill Seth or to kill Nivea or get them away. They did a great job of keeping away. Like, they forced the Seth flash, they forced the Sivir ult, Nivea's wall was a little wide. They just couldn't capitalize on any of these positions being so far behind. And with that, it should be kind of easy Baron. Looks like Seth's going to go top, everyone else should go bot if they want, because Mid's going to push regardless, and the farther you can pull the team away, the better it'll be.
People like to talk a lot about why Seth is broken, why he's so busted, why he's so strong in the meta, why he's able to provide so much to team fights. But if we look at his laning phase and we look at his abilities as a whole, there's one thing that stands out to make him so strong. And you said it before. What is it, Wayne?
It's because he's a thick, chunky boy with a lot of muscles.
I'll actually take that as a reason for what I was thinking.
Oh, you mean Haymaker?
Haymaker! There we go! The Haymaker. It's absolutely broken.
Ooh, I like it.
That was not bad, though. That was not bad.
Toddy's playing dangerous. Dragon's on the side here. They might be able to do something here, but at this point, again, like killing Seth's not. I'm a little scared for him now. He has no magic resist. He still has hysterics.
He's half health down. Yeah, this set is definitely flirting with danger, but he has the Vi nearby, so...
Oh, he dodged the belly flop. He's fine. This is perfect.
He dodged the belly flop.
He pulled them apart. Again, I don't think they need to be this grouped up. I think Nivea could easily go bot lane and just clean this out. OGV have to immediately give this up.
Blue side
no way
to contest this. The cloud. I mean, it is a cloud soul. It's not the end of the world if red side are able to get those.
Poor OGV. They're making the right calls. They're just at this point in the game, they're so far behind monetarily. It's just looking dire and dire.
Unlucky game. Feels bad.
This is what I like to see. Everyone's bot. They have the Dragon Soul. It's Cloud, so good lord. Syndra's doing a lot of damage. Again, Toddy on that farm game. He has his Blighted Jewel. There's a lot of penetration with the shoes as well. Now, all Blue Lines has to do is wait. Just wait. Let the waves push up. Let Set get his job done and pull OGV apart. All we got to do here.
It looks like they're poised to do it, and I really don't want to hate on Blue Side because they really have played well, like you said. I feel like they've had a lot of unlucky moments. I've just led them to.
There's a lot of fights over the board. Oh, and Anita's going to get immediately blown up by the double stun. Seraphine, I'm not going to save her. Israel is not dying. The Belly Club's going to lock in on Sivir, but not enough. And just like that, Set takes the Sivir, and it is a 1-for-1. Not bad being so far behind. It forced a lot of flashes.
If we look at the top lane, feels bad.
And they just got to stop the backs, and this is the hardest part about playing from behind with the Baron buff, too. Oh, and this is going to connect it. Renekton getting dangerously low. It's a Toddy, though, just a huge monster right now on the Syndra.
They're stopping the Porce. The only person that's able to deal with this is Gragas, and he's not nearly enough. Set is just able to take this inhibitor uncontested. It's not even close.
At this point, you just go mid and rinse repeat. Aurel has spawned, but oh man. I always feel bad looking at support levels compared to top. Like, oh, she's level 11. Oh, he's level 16.
Feels bad. That really feels bad.
That is 1, 2, 3 turrets and an inhibitor for 2 deaths. Or for 1 death on the side of Blue Lions. OGV doing the great job keeping in this. And the longer this game goes on, the more chances they have for Blue Lions to make a mistake. And maybe even get picked off. This Syndra's doing a lot of damage with the Gragas follow-up like that and Renekton follow-up like that. Going around into the Anivia was a good call. OGV has a very, very, very small window. Very small.
They do still have a window. So you're saying it's possible, is what you're saying.
Yeah, as the kids say down here, don't say howdy yet. I didn't hear no bell.
It's not over till the fat lady sings, okay?
Ooh. Okay, so now that we've calmed down, what do you think Blue Lions need to do to finish this? Which lane do you need to do? Like 5-man, all down mid, or?
For Lions, I would like them to see them 4-1. I would like to see most of their members in the bot lane pushing for that inhib turret, at least exposing all the inhibitors. That way they can take them whenever they want. Right now, it looks like they're doing that for the most part. Gragas still in the top lane, but the rest of the members still hovering mid/bot lane. We're next looking to pick up that push, but
I didn't know. I thought I would all. I thought that was like extra stun. I like Blink was like, oh, okay.
I was waiting for you to say something. I thought that was what was gonna happen.
I was like, unstoppable. Let's go. Unstoppable. Let's go.
That's going by the way.
Oh, poor Renekton. Having to all just try to stay alive.
Man, don't do him like that. Nah, he's fine.
This is fine too. Again, 4 mid, trying to crack that last inhibitor. Tristandra's pretty decent on the wave clear. Again, Syndra very safe. And at this point, Viking is alter.
Everything's fine.
Oh, she broke it with the E. That's what you like to see. The stun is down. They have a chance. This might be a dead Gragas.
Good Anivia play.
Quality Anivia gameplay.
So they got 2 inhibs. They're looking for the 3rd. And this is pretty much all she wrote. I mean, I very rarely see teams come back from a 3 inhib down. I don't think it's possible at this point. They're just gonna push into the Nexus.
They don't have to go from there. They can stay here. They already have supers pushing in top. They can just wait for the next wave to come and pressure this. But the pings are going after the Baron. They want it on point. They want to do it very slow, methodical, and by the book. Oh my god! I just looked.
Okay.
They have 4. So Blue Lions has 4 Drakes. They're up 10k gold. 3 inhibitors are down, and they have 9 turrets to 0. And that's the most demoralizing thing to me to see is the 0 turret taking for the other team.
I didn't even notice that. I'm not gonna lie. That really feels bad, especially because Blue Side really didn't play that bad this game. I feel like they played a lot of fights really well. It's just those few little lane mistakes that resulted in deaths, those few little plays that resulted in, an objective being taken, that just really added up.
And as much as I was talking about it, I was like, I can't wait to see this top lane throw down and the 1v1 and the jungle pressure. And Seth won the 1v1, and then he won the 1v2, and he's like, why are you in my lane? Why are you in my game? And he just took over from there. It's beautiful. I love it. I like it. Can't wait to see more of it.
I know. You said the Renekton should have taken press the attack. Maybe you should have.
It's like, again, it's
The
good to feel
butterfly
out.
effect. Who knows what
It's
happened?
good to feel out in these early games where you're strong, where you're weak, where you can make these these improvements. And I think a nice thing that OGV can look at going forward is put more investment into its Toddy. He's already winning his lane 9 times out of 10 in these last 2 games, pressure wise and CS wise. I think maybe like 1 or 2 more games, or if it was more about roaming, it was a good offer from Ralph. The charm is not going to be enough. Both the damage dealers are dead. Vi's already going in, but she's not going to do enough to kill Tristani with all this LHG damage. Set going for the window. Oh,
Doesn't
no!
matter. It doesn't matter. Damn. It really sucks that that's where the Rel makes the play at the end when it's already lost. But again, really well fought from the side of OGV. I feel like they played really well. And again, like you said, Toddy really popping off. If they put more into him, try to get him fed, make him the playmaker, maybe they can have better luck in the future. But really well played from both sides, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that like he needs to be the carry. It's just if he got so far ahead pushing, he got so far ahead doing damage. I think he just roamed a little bit more, or if he just was a little more, again, just given a little bit more chance to shine with like 1 or 2 more ganks on this Nivea, he could have taken that over, maybe gone bot or gone top, because he did enough damage to that set to spook him. Yeah, set was all armor, no magic resist. And maybe with that little bit of combination, they may be able to do a little bit more and kind of slow down that snowball. But
That's
unfortunately, that's something you can worry about next game.
Look to the next one.
Let's look at the damage real quick. Oh, see, look at him. This man's a monster.
Yeah, you're right. Todd, you popping off.
Yeah, poor next one doesn't do much. Even like a nigga did the least amount of damage on our team, just clearing waves and clearing waves.
I mean, that's what you
doing a good job of being the stoic defender. But I guess again, like going forward, congrats to Blue Lions for very strong, dominating second game. The first game, a little questionable, but that's why we like comebacks. They're always fun to watch. And the second game did a great job. They took the lead, ran with it, and never let go. Never gave OGB a little room to breathe to the very end.
That's true. They really didn't give them the room to breathe in the second game. In the first game, they were able to pull it back. They were able to, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying they were able to tilt the opponents, but that is a tilter when you're about 8,000 gold ahead and the enemy team's able to come back. That really puts a strain on the mental. I'm not saying that's what happened to OG in game 2, but I mean, think if it did. And they did fight back in game 2. They did really well. I think the Syndra really popped off. I really liked her stun placements. I like the Gragas play. I think the Renekton just got unlucky a lot of times. I feel like it was really, really close and he just got the short end of the stick. But sometimes that happens.
Take 1 or 2 bad fights at just the wrong time. They're, again, make an unfortunate prediction, dash back into the set haymaker, and you take a lot of damage.
Yep, that's what happens.
Okay, great shout outs. Thank you all for coming and seeing this awesome game between these two good teams here off this Friday night game for the Academy League. And again, big shout outs to Blue Lions again for their 2-0 victory, and better luck next time to Omega Gaming for their next round. Anything else you want to say, Austin, before we sign off?
Really well played by both teams. Omega Gaming and Blue Lions, it was an honor to watch. Thank you, anybody who tuned in. This is actually my debut as a caster. I've never casted a game live before, so anybody tuning in, thank you so much for watching. I had a blast. Thanks, Wayne, for making it an awesome time, and I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, bro, just casting easy. Just keep talking. Obviously.
Forehead, just keep talking, Forehead.
All right, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you next time at LHG.
Yeah.